Mm.
Welcome back to another week of Word of Mouth, discussing careers, relationships, family, friends, etc. And this week, this will probably be the final episode or series to this series on do's and don'ts on relationships featuring August Alsina. It's come to everyone's attention now that Jada has admitted to an entanglement with August Alsina, and under the pretenses of when it happened. So, to give a little bit of backstory, it happened during, I guess, both of them during a vulnerable state. Will and Jada were on the verge of divorce, and that's when she started getting involved with him. We won't know what happened to lead up to them wanting to get a divorce, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about that part. So now we know he wasn't lying about it. I still say it was unnecessary for him to put it out there like that. I still stand on everything I said regarding how he went about things. I still say it was wrong. That should have been a private conversation between them, all three of them, at some point in time. Maybe not between Will and August Alsina, but definitely between Jada and Will and Jada and August Alsina. I kind of feel like August Alsina needs to apologize to Will for putting it out there, because he's the one left embarrassed in all of this. And maybe he's cheated, maybe he's done things on that end of the spectrum, but it's still not out there. We have no idea who these people are, if he has or has not. So, because we don't know, and because it wasn't put out there, it's something you can recover from. It's something they can recover from this, but this is something my wife says it all the time. When you put things out in public, it's really hard to recover when everybody's in your business and all this other stuff. But when it's a private matter, and nobody else knows, it saves a lot of face for a lot of people. Because a lot of times when people can't get over things is because of the public shame and humiliation you caused them upon what you did with that. People don't like to be embarrassed. People don't like to be shamed. So that's a big thing right there, and that's part of it. The other part of it, we're going to talk about this word entanglement. And this also goes back to we're pretty much going to cover everything I've said. She called it an entanglement, and it is what it is. It was an affair. They were not divorced. They were still, granted, they were separated, but you are not divorced. Divorce and separated are two different things. So we can go ahead and get that clear. Even in the legal system, that is still considered cheating. So, maybe in y'all minds, you might have been done, but in the court of law, if he decided he wanted to bring up she cheated, it would hold in court, because you were on paper or documented paper that y'all were still together. So people who be like, oh, they were separated, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is in the court. When you got that type of money, you need to make things clear on what is and what isn't, and that's something you need to make clear. But this is also going back to what I said about vulnerability and emotions. Both of them were in a bad place, and they kind of used each other to get back to a right place. The problem is, Jada had somebody to go back to, and August is kind of left out there by himself. And now he was pretty much stuck to pick up the pieces on his own and figure what things out because of that. If you are not done with a person, you need to leave everyone else alone until you figure out what's going on with that person or with yourself. Don't be doing all of that, because that's not going to work out. It turns into what this turned into, a bigger mess than what it has to be. And like I said before, be transparent about what you got going on. Calling it an entanglement, that shit sounded unaccountable as hell. to even say it in that way. Like you just needed to be transparent. You should have just been flat on said this is what happened, and you called it that kind of to soften the blow. And it's like and when you just be clear, when you do things like that, it doesn't soften the blow for people. It makes them feel like you're insulting their intelligence. And people don't like when their intelligence feels like it's insulted, and that's what it sounded like. Like she was trying to insult her intelligence by insult Will's intelligence by doing that. So if something is, you need to just say it how it is. Versus people could have more respect for you saying it how it is, and be mad about how you said it before, after what you said, versus you insulting their intelligence. If I'm making sense. Because it sounds like a jumble mess what I just said just now, but people don't respect that. So this is the end of the series so far. I might be rescinding on that. You never know. Like and subscribe to our channel. This is Word of Mouth. Peace.
Mm.